The dev was down, but now it's up again, and here we go with the SU-27SM and the J-11A. We're going to check it out, the new flankers of War Thunder. They are pretty amazing, guys. These aircraft will probably be the best aircraft in the game, continuing the meta that was already there. But there is a little thing that I wanted to talk about it before we actually just rule this thing as the best aircraft in the game. But yeah, both of them are using only one skin, okay? So there's no extra skin. And you gotta understand that the main difference between these aircraft is basically, between these aircraft and the older SU, is basically the radar. But check it out. I don't know if it's a work in progress or anything like that. The J-11A still uses the old N001 radar. So I don't know if it's correct or not, but it is basically the same radar. And with the SM actually has an upgraded radar with more range. So it is pretty interesting to see these two have different radars, right? But the main thing is not the aircraft itself, is the weapon systems, right? Of course, here we have the R-77. You can take 6 of them, as you see over here. You can take 6 of R-77s, right? And of course, they they turn 50 Gs. Yeah, they are going to be one of the best missiles in the game. Probably the best together with the Mika, as far as stat cards goes, right? I would still use the R-27AT and 4 R-73s, because radar missiles are still, you know, amazing, but if you have the option of taking all of these types of weaponry, I would still take it, right? So this would be my loadout of preference. You can see the glorious, beautiful R-77 down there, as you see, and on the middle there. And then, of course, the R-27ATs, and then the R-73. So, very, very good. But, of course, it's not only that. The SM actually has the ability to carry TV-guided weaponry, as you see, as well. So, in this case, I'm carrying 4 of the improved KH-29 TDs, but also a new bomb in the game, the CAB 1500 KR. This is a 1500 kilogram TV guided bomb. Look at the amount of TNT that this thing has, man. It's a lot. 700 kilograms. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not like the most efficient bomb ever. I mean, there are bombs that, I mean, the CAB 500, they need to be, the CABs, you know, in general, they need to have the guidance system. So of course they are very heavy for the payload that they have, but still, 700 kilograms of bomb, I mean, I would still take that. And of course, you cannot take another bomb because of the line of sight over here, but you can still take an R-77 over here, which is pretty cool, as you see. It is kind of clipping through the aircraft, so I don't know if this missile will actually be usable when the live server goes on, but it is still pretty amazing. Downside of this aircraft is still only using 96 flares in chaff, okay? But with the divided launch options, it is still pretty good. Before we take these aircraft into a flight, just for you to understand, the J-11A, it is very much a different type of aircraft over here, okay? Because it is pretty much the same as the old SU-27. The only difference that this aircraft actually has is the skin, which is a little bit different, and the R-77. That's pretty much the difference, you know? Let's test fly this thing before we go to the SU-27, because I want to check the cockpit if it's ready or not. Yeah, the cockpit is now ready. It has an amazing skin, right? I mean, it's just amazing. Let's test it out, the R-77s with this, but as you see, it still uses the same radar as the normal one, which is kind of sad. I mean, I was hoping for a better version of the N001 radar, but I guess it's alright, right? And let's test it out, the maneuverability of these R-77s, right? Let's get a lock over here and fire the missile from a very odd position over here. Let's see. It took a little bit of time to turn, but now it's going. Jesus Christ, it turns like almost no other missile in the game, right? Yeah, did you see that turning capability? I mean, it's pretty good. So let's check it out again. Let's see if outside the actual, I mean, look at this. It takes a little bit of time to actually start to turn, but then when it goes, it goes. So it's not, I mean, the R-73 will still turn better in a short range, but At like 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, these things will be deadly. Deadly. I will show every single missile firing and everything like that in another video, but yeah. So this is the J-11. It's basically the same aircraft, but with R-77s, okay, in a cool skin. The SU-27SM has a little bit of a difference, as I said, so the air-to-ground capability. Let's test it out to actually show to you guys a little bit of that as well. And let's see if the cockpit is ready as well. Come on, yeah, the cockpit is ready, so completely different, you know, cockpit. I mean, it's the same cockpit, but it has the screens, which are pretty cool. They're not as cool as the American one, for now at least. I don't know if they're gonna change or not, but as you see, yeah, they are missing the improved MFD kind of situation that the F-15s have, right? So hopefully they improve on that, but still, I guess it's alright. Look at this skin. This skin is amazing as well. It's so cool. As you see, it's a deadly loadout for an air-to-ground payload as well. And of course, we still have the glorious R-77 over here, which is one of the best missiles of the game. So as you see, yeah, that wasn't really the best missile of the game material there, but I kind of pushed the limit on shooting a missile. I would probably never shoot a missile like that. So let's get back a little bit and try to attack some targets with the air-to-ground capability, especially this CAB 500 bomb that I really wanted to test it out. And the textures are dying for some reason. This is a dev server, remember guys? I don't need to express how, you know, stuff takes time to actually be ready. It's a big bomb. It's a big bomb. It's a bomb the size of the KH-29, but it doesn't have propellant. So, yeah, it's... No? Come on. Yeah. It's kind of where I want it to land. And there we go. The CAB 500... No, the CAB 1500. Look at the size of this bomb, man. This is going to be a cool little bomb to use. A little? Come on, Matt. It's not little. Yeah, it didn't kill the other tank, but I guess I need to work on that aim there. I wasn't really paying attention, of course. But the KH-29D, TD, of course, it's the same as the other ones. I don't think these things have thermal systems, and you don't have a pod to actually shoot it. But still, it is pretty good. No. Oh, come. Ah, I forgot the button to cancel. The buttons of the dev server are all different. The sounds of the missiles are way cooler now. So yeah, very cool aircraft, guys. Really is. And of course, I had to do it. Let me just take my speed down a little bit. Come on, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And it's still an aircraft that can do... Let's see if it can do. It's not really doing anything. Maybe it's because of this? Let me check. Yeah, I just broke the aircraft. Yeah, as you know. It's probably because of the amount of payload and the fuel and stuff. But it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the hangar. It doesn't really care. I was going to try to do a Cobra, but I failed miserably, right? And the game crashed. Oh, nice. Well, that's the dev server for you guys. But anyway, this is the SU-27SM and the J-11A. Remember, the J-11A is basically just a normal SU-27. The SM really brings something to the table. But of course, the J-11A is always welcomed because China needed to be on par with the other nations, of course, right? But I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe and